Hey guys, TikTok Sully here, or just Sully, back with another video, and welcome to another episode of What Happened in Fashion and Sneakers. Today we'll be looking at what happened in October, so let's get straight into it and hope you guys enjoy. Kicking it off, we can get right into the highlight mention of the month as we start this episode off with Hypefest. In October, the Hypebeast company held their first cultural convention in Brooklyn, New York, otherwise known as Hypefest. This came about after competitor magazine Complex launched their ComplexCon convention a few years ago, and I guess Hypebeast saw the potential in it and wanted to give it a go for themselves. The convention was definitely a hit as it provided free entry to its general admission, hosted a variety of brand installations, and some of those brands even had exclusive merchandise available specifically for Hypefest, such as Needles and Alyx. There was also a variety of exclusive drops at the festival, with the most exciting being Off-White and Ramoa's second release of their suitcase collaboration. Yes, the second collaboration of the suitcase dropped at Hypefest, which had close resemblance to its first iteration, but this time it had the Off-White arrows printed on it, as well as an Off-White branded suitcase belt to keep it secure. Throughout the whole event, visitors could buy everything available via a virtual shopping experience through the Hypebeast app, and all goods were shipped to its customers after the convention had ended. ComplexCon now kicks off on the 3rd of November, so I'll be covering that in next month's episode and we can see how the two events differentiate. But moving on to the second highlight of the month, Supreme and the North Face collaborated in October by releasing a heavy leather collection which covered 4 Nuptse jackets as well as a variety of bags and caps. Bape and Mitchell & Ness also collaborated in October and produced some pieces that were more fit for the summer weather. The two brands produced some basketball themed pieces as the collaboration was a celebration of NBA championship teams such as the Lakers and the Warriors, and select pieces were even modeled by Snoop Dogg as he represented his West Coast roots within the LA Lakers. There was jerseys, shorts, bombers and t-shirts that came from this, and everything was finished off in Bape's camouflage print to give fans of the Ape Head a different perspective on their favourite basketball team uniforms. But moving to England now, Louis Vuitton hosted a pop-up shop in London and for the first time provided access to Virgil Abloh's first collection for the brand. The pop-up shop was themed with the classical Wizard of Oz film to complement the Wizard of Oz inspired collection, and only select pieces were available to purchase, whilst the rest of the collection was available for pre-order in time for its official release of January of 2019. The good thing about this was that we were able to see certain pieces that didn't make it on the runway, such as these graphic logo tees, and it gave the collection more exposure, which I feel enhanced it overall. Balenciaga dropped some playful yet humorous pine tree keychains which played on the aesthetic of the Little Trees air fresheners, and just as they were freshly available to purchase, the Little Trees company hit them with a lawsuit as they claimed it was infringing on their trademark. So that little joke got stopped quickly, and of course the keyrings aren't available anymore, so if anyone did manage to convince themselves to buy it at a retail of £175 or $275, it just might have turned into a great investment as resale prices often increase when the court of law gets involved. Comme des Garçons finally made their new CDG Diffusion available worldwide as it hit Dover Street Market stores on the 27th of October. The new Diffusion takes aim at streetwear's obsession with graphics and gives their take on it. There's some great pieces that drop such as t-shirts and jackets, but sadly there's a high chance they'll still fit to Asia dimensions, meaning the XLs will fit like an L and the Ls will fit like an M, which means I won't be able to access the majority of the brand as I do wear true to size XL. But for those of you who do wear the smaller sizes, you can purchase the collection at Dover Street Market stores as installations are now open, and for the rest of you that can't make it to the stores, the official website launched on November 1st, so you can access the pieces via e-commerce, which I'll be sure to link down below. In October, we also saw a handful of cool releases that are worth mentioning, so in rounding this segment up, I'll be highlighting them for you guys. The first one was the Kanye West Adidas Calabasas track pants, which released in 2 shades of grey and blue and are still available via select retailers as well as Yeezy supply. Just a year or 2 ago, these had crazy hype, but I guess now they're more of a staple item that Hypebeast are done with. Next, we had Alyx release some mini chest rigs which dropped in a variety of colours and are now available over on their website. And of course, Palace kicked off with their winter range at the beginning of the month, and it's still ongoing as they continue to drop on a weekly basis. And of course, the collection included the playful graphics as well as some technical outerwear, and there was even a smiley face denim tracksuit which was the standout piece from the collection. A$AP Rocky collaborated with Calvin Klein and Amazon to produce a denim jacket in the theme of his latest album Testing, and furthermore it was designed by Calvin Klein's creative director Ralph Simmons. The jacket was available exclusively via Amazon's My Calvin section, retailing at $129 and sold out instantly. Versace reintroduced their iconic Medusa sunglasses that were made famous by Biggie Smalls, but this time they gave them a modern touch to make it more appealing to the current consumer, and those were available throughout the month via Barneys. Junya, Watanabe and Canada Goose released some heavy outerwear from Junya's Fall Winter 18 collection, and not only are they well crafted, they're also very current as they feature some high-vis functional detailing, which seems to be a theme in current collections. And the final piece comes from Korean brand 99%ers, as they restocked on their recently popular Gobchang Pants in a variety of colours. These were recently seen on hood favourites such as ASAP Bari and Bloody Osiris, which really gave them an introduction to the Western market, and with the unique and appealing design, saw them sell out. Luckily, they restocked again with them selling out again, but some sizes are still available from specific retailers, which I'll be sure to link down below. But just so you know, they retail for just under £900 or $1,200, so they're not a cheap pant. Moving on to sneakers now, October seemed to be more sneaker orientated as there was a variety to cover, so let's get into them. At the beginning of the month, the T-Spooky pack of the Nike Off-White Blazers released, which saw them come out in two colours, being a clean Grim Reaper black as well as a more unique All Hallows Eve orange. Off-White also released another iteration of the original 10 in October, this time on the Converse, which released in a white colourway again, but this time featured diagonal branding in place of the translucent sole. All the resale prices on these three Off-Whites are considerably lower than their original colorways, so they won't run you up too much if you were looking into purchasing them. Alyx teased an Air Force One High collaboration at the beginning of the month as they replaced the shoe's ankle strap with their signature buckle, but sadly it's only looking to be a friends and family venture and won't be available anytime soon. The brand did raffle some away at Hypefest, but that's as close to the public as it'll get right now. Kendrick Lamar also collaborated with Nike by reworking the Cortez sneaker, but this time by turning it into a house shoe. The Cortez has significant heritage within the West Coast, and with Kendrick being from LA himself, it's no surprise he chooses to continue to rework the sneaker. It even had instructions on the inside to wear them with tall socks and shorts, which is a signature look of West Coast natives and how they often wear their Cortezes. Sachs also refreshed his collaboration with Nike, but instead of just taking one left turn like Kendrick did, he decided to take his drive into outer space and come out with his Nike Mars Overshoe, which had close resemblance to astronaut boots. These got mixed reactions as they didn't seem practical to some, but for others who were fans, it would have run them about £400 or $550, and that was retail. Currently, resale is looking at about double that as they're going for about £1,000 over on StockX. Next, I'm forced to highlight the Nike Element React for the third or fourth month in a row, as Nike seem to really be pushing this silhouette, and with the attention they seem to be getting, I wouldn't be justified in leaving them out. In October, the sportswear brand released yet another three colorways, being a Total Orange, Neptune Green and Solar Red, and I must say I really like the Total Orange and it's probably my favourite colorway in this silhouette so far. Jumping to an Adidas release now, contemporary artist Daniel Arsham collaborated with the Three Stripe brand by releasing a Futurecraft 4D silhouette, and similarly to Sachs, the sneaker also had futuristic vibes as well as a steep price tag of £400. This silhouette was a lot more practical, so these didn't really get too bad of a reception, and the sneaker also featured a hidden UV branding, which really validated this as a Futurecraft sneaker. Emphasis on the future.
Sensational.
Next, we have a contemporary drop as Maison Margiela released a slipper that looked very cozy. This was the Maison Margiela slip-ons, which featured a rubber sole as well as the printed logo and was designed for on-the-go occasions where practicality is key. They released in both a black and a white colorway. Another contemporary sneaker that dropped in October and is worth highlighting was the Louis Vuitton Runaway sneakers, which released in a variety of colors and this time also came with a customization option. This is a silhouette that Louis V have been producing for a little while now, but these new colorways are a lot more appealing to the current menswear market, and if you did want to add your initials to it, then that customization option is currently only available at select Louis V stores and will be coming to online soon. If you did want to know which stores were providing the customization, I'll be sure to leave a link down below. Chanel also released a new sneaker worth highlighting, and a lot of the times I'm not really mentioning high fashion sneakers because they suck, to put it in the best of terms. So it's nice to see LV add some appealing colorways, and Chanel also seem to have made a good decision in releasing the nylon waffle trainer, which retails at $900. These are released in 4 separate colorways and feature a Chanel typeface across the outside of them with the double C's embossed on the heel. To me, this silhouette has a close resemblance to Nike's Element React model, and I'm sure the brand did use athletic footwear for inspiration when producing this new silhouette. Alyx re-released their Fall Winter 17 Vans collaboration, which saw the authentic lows and skate highs dipped and treated, and of course the low top still featured Alyx's unique heel tab, which allowed the shoes to double up as a slipper. Suriko collaborated with Tyler, the the Creators Golf brand to release 2 bright colorways in their core cab sandal. And of course, Yeezy brand continued with their consecutive drops as they released their 700 Mauve model. I really like this sneaker with the shades of brown and even the hints of neon on the sole, but with a retail of £250 or $300, I just couldn't justify the price. Off-White also were on a roll in October as they released the Spooky Pack and Converse collaboration at the beginning of the month, and near the end of the month they also dropped an Air Max 97 Mentor with its rainbow of colours, and to go along with it, the 2 brands also dropped their Queen Off-White Blazers, which was in collaboration with Serena Williams. Diffusion line CDG dropped a collaboration with Vans on the Authentic Low, which saw the sneaker covered in branding, and this was part of the launch that I did mention earlier on in the video. Surprisingly, it didn't have an instant sellout, and it did take a while before the men's sizes were gone, and with only a £100 price tag, it was a solid drop to go with the brand's debut collection. Nike also ended the month off in festive season as it dropped an Air Force 1 skeletal edition in celebration of Halloween, and this was just the classic Air Force 1 finished off with a skeleton foot printed on its sides. It also featured a translucent sole which glows in the dark to give it that extra little fright. And to round up this month, we finish on a luxury brand sneaker from none other than Balenciaga, as on the 31st of October, the brand released 3 all-new colorways to its overtly popular Triple S sneaker, but this time featuring a clear sole to make the already unique shoes stand out even more. I actually really like this little update to the silhouette, so it gets 2 thumbs up from me. Links will be down below if you do want to check them out. And that brings me to the end of this video and the end of this episode of what happened in fashion and sneakers for the month of October. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button as it always helps and is much appreciated. And I also want to ask you guys a question, so let me know down below if you guys did get this far in the video. But I was thinking of splitting this series up into 2 videos and making one for fashion and one for sneakers. I can either do that or keep it as it currently is, so just let me know down below which you prefer, or if you're just enjoying it in its current format as it is. If you want to follow me on any of my social media, then that's all TikTok Sully, just like my YouTube name, and links for all of that as well as everything mentioned in this video will be down below in the description. But that's all from me today. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.